So everybody, what's up? I wanted to make a video about something that come up recently in my local news, and it's been around for a while. Many of you know it. Many of you that have a finger on the pulse of this issue know what I'm going to talk about, and it's some disturbing stuff. So this video is going to be about RFID, and specifically the information that I had been getting recently. I actually heard it on the radio, and there was on a couple of mainstream media news stations, which I was really surprised about. This is about Missouri law. Missouri lawmakers have voted to make it a crime if they order that if an employer orders a microchip to be implanted in an employee's arm. So that's good news, right? But let me continue. Forcing someone to get a microchip implant is already barred in California, North Dakota, and Wisconsin. So we give them a round of applause. And how convenient that it's barred in Wisconsin now, because I just moved from there. Legislation awaiting Governor Matt Blunt's signature would make it a misdemeanor with a fine of up to $1,000 for a boss who demands that a worker get an implant. Let me repeat. A misdemeanor with a fine of up to $1,000. Is that good? Yes. Is it not good enough? I think so. I don't think it's good enough. I don't think it's I think that's a pretty fucking lenient punishment for a forced invasive surgery to have a device implanted in your flesh. Now, I know that sounds harsh, but the reality of it is harsh. This isn't this is not sci-fi stuff. This is not conspiracy stuff. This stuff is real. It's real. All you have to do is look for it. And the problem is that our mainstream media does not report this. They've become these corporate entities that filter information, and they only give us what they feel we need to see and hear, and that's the truth of it. Otherwise, Britney Spears and American Idol and all this other shit just wouldn't be on the news as much as it is. So Katherine Albrecht, who's an expert in consumer privacy and radio frequency identification, RFID, acknowledges and argues, along with other critics, that there are tangible medical, privacy, and religious worries driving attempts to pass laws banning forced implants. I have heard and understand and have seen stuff about the whole religious aspect of it, the whole number of the beast and implant thing. That to me, I'm an atheist, so I don't get into that. But for me, it's more privacy. Now, there is speculation into the whole medical aspect. Actually, on the news last night, they talked about the fact that the people opposing it, or the Missouri lawmakers, is who they kind of referenced, was mentioning that it could cause cancer. That there's some studies and things like that. Now, in this article that I'm actually getting information from, I'll link it. But there is, if you go down a little farther, it talks about some toxicology reports, older stuff that was tests in laboratory animals and stuff. But I'm trying to stay on very specific on this point of the privacy. So Katherine Albrecht, she's the founder of antichips.com, and she's also the founder of Caspian. No, this is not a Chronicles of Narnia organization. This is it's called the Consumers Against Supermarket Privacy, Invasion, and Numbering. That numbering is very important. A national consumer organization created in 1999 to educate consumer citizens about shopper surveillance. This is something I didn't touch upon. The RFID, the chip, is also not only is it going to hold personal information, they're also talking about it holding financial information, bank account information, and things of that nature, and being tied in to our whole consumer way of life. We go into a grocery store, we pick up the groceries we need, we walk out. We walk through a scanner, it scans our RFID chip, the money automatically comes out of our account, we don't have to do anything about that. Now, is that convenient? Yeah, sure, it sounds convenient, but what kind of price are we paying for that? And that's another, that's, you know, a little more in depth of what I wanted to talk about in this article. Katherine goes on to say, oh, also Katherine, she coined the term spy chips regarding RFID. She has a doctorate of education from Harvard. And she was also interviewed about RFID in Aaron Russo's America from Freedom to Fascism. So you may recognize her if you've seen that. If not, you could check it out. Katherine makes a very, what I feel is a very poignant statement here, and it's kind of one of the cruxes of this video. The people who oppose it don't understand how real the threat is, and the people who are gung-ho don't understand its power. And I agree with that, because the people who oppose it don't really understand, at least I feel, don't understand, and this is me, I can't speak for anyone else, what this really is. And it's about control. It's about ultimately control, surveillance. The government, the powers that be, along with the corporation, the nation's only federally approved maker of the human microchip implant is Florida-based Verichip Corporation. That's VERICHIP Corp. You know, obviously, this is something that they want to implement, and they want to introduce this into every aspect of our life. And what many people I've talked to, some feel this way, some don't. This is a deep invasion of our personal privacy and freedoms, and it's going to be for the rest of your life if you were required to receive a chip like this. You know, they're trying to pass these things into law. Not only that, you know, regarding the employee thing, they're also trying to pass legislation making it, you know, mandatory for children, school-age children, to have one of these implanted. And of course, they market that under safety, security. I mean, there's a lot of people scared. You know, 9/11, continued terror, wars that we're getting involved in. But these are fear campaigns. Much of this is fear-based scare tactics, and they use this to get people to adhere. It's kind of, they push people into this herd mentality. Well, you know, you think it's okay. Well, do you think it's okay? Well, then it must be okay. I mean, you know, there's a lot of bad things going on in the world, and they want to offer this to make things better. Well, not really. There's ulterior motives to a lot of that. So anyway, I just thought I'd bring this up. I'm going to link the article. I don't know if I mentioned that already. You can check it out. And I say kudos, round of applause to California, North Dakota, Wisconsin, and now Missouri, hopefully soon Missouri. And I think every state needs to vehemently reject this. I don't think there's any ultimate benefit to this. So fuck RFID, and you know, fuck the puppet masters that want to implement it. And that's pretty much all I have to say about it. So, peace.